Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. So, Mariupol Azovstal steel plant has some new developments, and I will discuss them with you after I read the excerpts from some articles that I saved. And I will start with Ukrainska Pravda. Now, this is obviously a Ukrainian uh, news outlet, and it should be all how should I put, sympathetic to the Azovstal steel plant defenders, even though defenders of what? I don't understand. Defenders of the Azovstal plant. What is to defend? A plant, a steel plant? You can say yes, but I think that's bombarded in such a way that I don't think there's going to be a plant again. So, nevertheless, this article comes from May 11th, 2022. And this is the title: Planes, Artillery, Tanks, Infantry. Russians storm Azovstal with everything they can. Well, this is the first part of news. And the second one, that is, I think, more important because for which it's now it's clear, it's right there. This comes from the news, the new voice of Ukraine, again, an Ukrainian media outlet, and the same from May 11th, 2022. And this is the title: Azovstal defenders say they won't surrender as they have orders to hold the steel mill. All right, let's start with the first one and see what they say here. Not much, I'm assuming, because it's clear. It says here that Wednesday, May 11th, 2022, Russian troops continue to carry out airstrikes and bomb the Azovstal iron and steel works in the besieged city of Mariupol. Source: Azov Regiment / Battalion. It says here, over the past day, 38 aircraft flew to the territory of the Azovstal plant, which is defended by the defenders of Mariupol, including 4 sorties of strategic bombers. All right. It says also enemy barrel artillery, tanks, and so on do not stop working. The Russian occupying forces do not stop trying to capture the Ukrainian fortress and continue to carry out daily assaults with the support of infantry. So that's people. There you go. Background. The other day, President of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, stated that lifting the blockade in Mariupol by military means now is impossible due to the lack of heavy weapons. It also reported that Russia does not give consent to any of the options proposed by Ukraine to save the Ukrainian military in Mariupol. Can you guess why? Women, children, and the elderly were evacuated from Azovstal, so no more combatants over there, in several stages until May 7th inclusively. Medics and wounded, as the authorities has hoped, could not be evacuated. Russian troops continue to storm and fire at the Azovstal plant. They could have been evacuated when the civilians were evacuated. I don't think they would say, no, you stay over there so we can shoot at you. Maybe it was, but I don't think. Why? You wanted you alive to come here, sit down, and we can talk. Hey, turn that line on. There you go. And now we can talk. And smack, and they could talk all day and all night. But they didn't want to do that. Mariupol has been under siege by the Russian army since 1st of March. Wow, 1st of March. Since the end of April, Ukrainian defenders have been blockaded at the Azovstal plant but continue to fight. So end of April. That's a long time, isn't it? And we have the other one here is more important, I think. It's Azovstal Azovstal defenders say they won't surrender as they have orders to hold the steel mill. Now, it says here that we have from Azov battalion. No one expected us to stand up to the Russians for so long, but we're still fighting. We're suffering heavy losses. Okay, and they say the result could be to be taken prisoner by the enemy, which means death for us. Why? Because the Russians are that bad, right? Come on. Maybe they are, but why didn't you go out when anyway? Our lives mean nothing. but our struggle means everything, he said. Okay, well, then you defend the plant for, I don't know. And he says here, earlier the Azov regiment said that its soldiers do not have a high chance of survival if they are taken prisoner. It's possible. Surrender to us is unacceptable, the statement said. Every prisoner is a source of political and military pressure against Ukraine. Correct. Correct. That is very correct. Now, uh, Mariupol is done with it. It's in the Russians' hands, isn't it? Then you have this plant, which, regardless how big it is, 3 miles per 3 miles, 1 mile per 1 mile, 10 miles per 10 miles, it's a plant, steel plant and iron works. So that means that's where some industry used to be. If the Russians are bombarding for the past, I don't know, 3 weeks or more than 3 weeks, right? What do you think is it's still over there in the plant? So it's nothing to defend in that plant. That plant is not what they're defending. I don't think that plant will ever be functional. I think it will be raised and something else built over there, like a park or something. I'm just saying. But it's just, you don't defend it. Okay, is your pride correct? Good. Is your patriotism good? What is it? It's a war. Whatever the invaders came, you lost. You're not going to win. You're going to lose. You have no chance of winning unless, as I said, Jesus Christ has his second coming. That's one, and then the other one is if somehow someone else pushes the Russians away and liberate these people in there. Well, I don't think that's many chances on the second options. The first one was more probable than the second one. Now, these guys are going to be starving over there. So even if they don't die by bullets, they will die by starvation and exposure. So what are the options? Before this article, there were many articles that talked about these fighters trapped in the Mariupol Azovstal steel plant were ordered not to surrender. So they could not leave. They were not the soldiers. And it was that they said that also the civilians. I didn't know there were people saying this and that, but now they say it. They have orders to stay there. Okay, now think about the Ukrainian leadership. There was another video in another articles talking about the leaders of Azov battalion or regiment being upset with Kiev leadership over there because they didn't help them somehow break through, break out, or why are they still locked over there? Now, what are the options? What can we do about it? Well, as I said, the option is to fight, to get out and fight, which you're going to die, or maybe you're not going to die, you're going to be able to escape somehow to where, I don't know, maybe you can go back to your lines, the defense, or maybe you're going to get caught in the process. No problem. That's one option. The other one is just stay over there and wait for, as I said, the second coming or your army or someone else's army to come and rescue you. That's another option. We can give percentages. So the first option, I think, is about 2% that they could escape. The one that's going to be the second coming, I give it, and the third one that an army would come and push the Russians, let's say I give it 5%. Why do I give it only 5%? Is because these guys are going to die before something happens. It's been at least 3 weeks over there. So that's the one. And the other one is to do this, that obviously it's a big chance. And the other one is just surrender. Now, when you surrender, you could, as I said, maybe flip a coin and say, I'm going to be at the whim of the Russian. They could do whatever they want with me. I'll be alive. They could liquidate me, maybe not. I could have done that with under the United Nations officials or staff being present over there. They didn't do that. But then even with that staff, you're going to be taken away, and then you're going to be talked to, and then who knows what happens after that. So what I think it is, what I assume it is, there are some people over there that we must not know about, one thing. And the other one, the people over there, the Azovstal battalion, has so much dirty stuff on themselves that they know that once they get out of there, as I said, there's no staying alive after that. So the Russians will just say, okay, here they are, and they're going to take them one by one, and make a case. This is this, this is this, this is this, and they said this. They are sympathizers of this, blah, 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 and they're going to make them confess. How confessions are made during the war and after and all that. So they're in a bad shape. What could be done? I don't know. It's up to each person's decision. But the fact, the order, which I think is stupid in my opinion, coming from Kiev, telling these guys over there, don't surrender, to do what? You defend nothing actually but your pride and your country. The Azovstal thing is going to be destroyed. These guys are coming with infantry right now. One by one, they're going to get you eventually, or they're going to let you starve over there. Well, they can have their own, make their own decision, but I think the order from Kiev should have been a little bit different. But since I'm not in charge over there, and obviously I don't have a lot of information to what's going on exactly in the plant and in Kiev and the plant, I can't tell you more. And that's sad it is like this, but the order to defend what? To not surrender, for what purpose? To create heroes with some people's lives that's going to be sang in like I don't know, Iliad, Homer's poem or whatever you want to, no. Thank you very much for being with me again today, and we'll see what's happened next with these guys. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.